everyone, I'm Ebony and welcome to my channel. Today is Monday. This is Flosstube number 10, I think. It's Monday the 30th of September and you might already know that I usually update on a Friday. But I've been to the Ladybird retreat this weekend and I wanted to update you on all the things that we got up to and also the change in my filming plans. So I'm here early. I've got quite a few things to show you, so I couldn't wait to get on and film a video to show you everything that I have been doing. So I'm gonna crack on with the whips first because like I said, I've got a lot to show and we'll get into the retreat a little bit later. I had a wonderful time, so if you're not staying for the retreat talk at the end, then yes, I had a great time and I can't wait to do it again. So I'm going to crack on straight with the whips and we're going to start with my focus piece. I had my last update video was very rushed. I didn't have a lot of time to film and I forgot to show you this piece. So it's got a bit more progress than what you would usually see between videos, but I'm really happy with it. So this is called Mini Together in Paris. The artwork is by Isabella Karolowicz and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And here's what it looks like when it's finished. Since the last time you've seen it, it has got 7,839 stitches, but since my last video I've put in 2,135, so I hope that makes sense, but I skipped over it last week and I'm really happy with it. So here's what it looked like last time, somewhere here, and here is where I'm up to now. So I think you'll be seeing, but I think last time I was just around here. So I've got this page, this was a full page here and then half a page down here. So I've got that finished and that is the full length of the project. So I moved over to this side into the tree, which is full of confetti. This side wasn't so bad, but coming into here it's full of confetti. And I've hit, that is halfway here. So yes, it's a mini. I'm going out of focus, I'm not sure why. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. It looks amazing. There was a few people at the retreat that said, where are all your neutral coloured pieces? And I didn't take any. So next time, well, next retreat this will be finished, so that'll be fun to show. But I'm so happy with this piece. I love working on it. Even the confetti tree and all the light stitches, which no one can quite get their head around, that I like. I prefer to do light stitches than I like to do dark stitches. So going forward, I'm gonna work down this page and then carry on. So this is a bit wider than a page because I wanted to get to the 50% mark here. So I'll work down there. But up close, beautiful, if I do say so myself. So yeah, that one, I'm going to be working on that today. I will get into more plans when I talk about my change in filming schedule, but that is going to continue to be a focus piece. So yes, 28.64%. So I'm really happy with that. The next one I worked on was Pink Aqua Butterfly. This one is charted by Pink Lily Patterns on Etsy. Here's a picture of what it looks like when it is finished. I am stitching this 28 count 1/1 on a fabric from Coffee Craft Fabrics, which are not named. And I carried on the left wing, which is where I was last time. This one got 951 stitches and is now at 9.32%. And that is where I'm up to. So I'll pop in a picture of the before. But it is looking really good. Let me just get rid of this extra bit of fabric at the edge so I can get you right in. This one was really, really nice to work on. So you can really see the shading now of the side of the wing coming in. And then I started in the middle, so I did a bit here, worked up here. But I'm working this one in diagonals. I think it's 10 stitch wide diagonals. I'm not sticking in the diagonal, I'm just kind of picking my symbols down the diagonals, if that makes sense. A bit like the typewriter method, but instead of going from top left to right and working down, I'm doing it in the diagonal, and that's helping me not miss any of those really light stitches. But this is going to be so pretty when it's done, I can't wait. And then, so it's going to be really tonal, and I love, 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 love the way that one's looking. So yes, not quite 1,000 on that one, but I was ready to move on. I'll put that back in the bag actually. Everything is just everywhere because I've been in work this morning and it is pouring down with rain, and I got home, I quickly jumped in the shower and then got all my stuff out from the retreat out of my bag. I've not even unpacked, and decided to film, so it's a bit of a jumble, but it works. The lighting is not great either because, like I said, it is just pouring down with rain, so we've got what we've got for today, and hopefully next time we'll have a bit more brightness. The next one I worked on was my Luca S kit. This is called Wildlife of Predator. Here is what it looks like when it is finished. And this one got a total of 2,395 stitches and is at 14.45%. So really close to 15%. But I was obviously ready to move on. So here is where I'm up to. So I worked in this flower, I got this flower completed, and then I brought the background half stitches down. So that's all these half stitches here for this half of the project are now done, which is amazing because they're not, I know I like stitching light stitches, but that takes it a bit too far. Luckily they are half stitches, so they do go quickly. And then I brought down this watercolour background as well. So you should be able to see quite the difference in the before and after, because over 2,000 stitches on this piece is quite some work. So I'm really happy with this. Another tiger. You're going to see another tiger later. Well, pretty soon. So yes, it's all the big cats. Whew. I can see all the like fibres wishing around. So then we get up to, that was everything I worked on before I went to the retreat. And then I took 2 new starts with me to start there. 3 new starts even. The first one I worked on was Whimsy 9. Here's what it looks like when it is finished. This is no longer available, which is unfortunate. It is from an Etsy shop called Winkin' Blinkin' and Odd, and for whatever reason they've decided to cease trading. So I did have a look, but I think I couldn't find their shop, so they must have closed it. And this one, I started in the top left corner as usual, and let me get into the stats first. So it got 1,450 stitches, which was 0.62%, and I'll show you what I got and then I'll tell you why it looks the way it does. So this is what I got with those stitches. So I started up here in the top left and I was working my way across as usual. And then I don't know if it was because I was at a retreat and you see it what everyone else is working on, but I just couldn't settle with this piece. I got bored of the blues, which isn't like me. So all this is obviously blue. So my table mate and very good friend Paula, she convinced me to go and find something that I wanted to stitch. So I did. I came down and found a flower in the oranges and pinks. So I really enjoyed stitching that. But probably next time I bring this out, I will probably work up here and bring this down as I usually do. Like I said, I'm not sure whether it was because I was at a retreat and I couldn't settle into it as much as what I would usually at home. Because you see what everyone else is working on and you see everyone's different methods, and it kind of, it makes you want to stitch everything that you can see. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I felt. So it started. So for next time that I pull that out, at least I can either work at the top, I can work at the flower, or somewhere in between, and I'll figure it out when I pull it out next time. The next one I want to show you is over here. This is another new start. It is called Flamboyance of Flamingos, and it is by Carolyn Manning. And I decided that I wanted a bedtime stitch, which might sound funny calling it a bedtime stitch, but it's more like a travel stitch that I would usually stitch when I go to bed. So a lot of the time my husband will read in bed and I end up scrolling through Etsy or Instagram, and I end up being enabled because I am probably the easiest person in the world to enable. So I decided if I have something to stitch, then it'll stop me scrolling, and it lends itself to travel stitching as well because it is block stitching. So here's what it looks like when it is complete. I bought this one a couple of weeks ago, and I worked on this one when I went back to my room at the hotel, and a little bit at home as well at bedtime, and it seems to be working for that maybe half an hour that I'm in bed. I'm not scrolling, but it doesn't stop me scrolling for the rest of the time that I'm waiting around, or I'm at my break. I'm on my break at work. So but at least it's given me a half an hour respite from buying. Anyway, this one has got so far 359 stitches and is now at 0.98%. So really, really close to that 1%. And this is what I've got done. So it's 25 count 1/1, full cross. I always forget to say my full coverages, if it's on this gridded fabric, which it always is, it's 25 count. And I stitch everything 1/1 full cross. But yeah, look, I love it. So it's all pinks and blues. I just need to get some blues in there. I am missing one of the main blues, so once I get that, I will fill that in. But it's really easy just to thread my needle and stitch those blocks, those diamonds. You don't really have to look at the pattern. I have it on, am I out of focus? I have it on pattern keeper on my phone, so I don't have to take anything with me. Everything just fits in a small little bag, and I can just stitch for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long. So I am enjoying having that. And the last project I worked on was a new start. It is called Painted Tiger. It is from an Etsy shop, which I can't find anymore, but I will carry on looking. But I think, sorry, I just said something. I think this pattern is no longer available, even if I do find the shop. Yes, it's called Painted Tiger from Mummy's Hobbies Designs on Etsy, and I got 1,910 stitches, bringing it to 1.66%. Here's what it looks like when it is finished. And Paula, again, she convinced me. Well, I was asking, should I start in the middle, because this is a piece for my son and he's only 9, so he doesn't really want to see boring background. Like, that's not going to get him excited. So we decided it was a good idea to start in the middle, and I am so glad I did, because 1, it's really fun. I wouldn't do all my pieces like this, but for this one it lends itself really nicely. And 2, I got straight to the fun stuff. So my packed threads, but this is what I got done. And I love it. Look at those eyes. So the reason why there is packed threads is because while I was at the retreat, I really wanted to get the eyes done. So I was just doing whatever stitches were in the eyes and then parking it outside the eyes. So I have worked some of them in. I've worked all this side in. These were scattered all over here. A lot of confetti stitches. But this side, I didn't get them done at the retreat. And when I got home, my fears came true and I did not want to work the park threads in. So that is a task for another day. But this one is going to be a focus piece for, well, until it's done. So I figured out that if I do 1,000 stitches a week, I can get it done for my son's birthday, his 10th birthday. So that'll be nice. And I showed it him when I got home and he was like, whoa, look at those eyes. So yeah, love that. Another big cat. Bring on all the big cats. Why not? And that is not all the stitching. I've got one more project to show you. So this one nearly got forgotten. This is, I worked on this before the retreat. I've just forgot to show it you. So we're out of order. This is Maiden of Tubbataha from Bella Filipina. I bought this chart from Hawkins Hobbies at the retreat last year, and here is what it looks like when it's finished. I'm stitching this on another fabric from Coffee Craft Fabrics, which is unnamed, and I love working on this piece. So you should be seeing a picture of where it was last time, and here it is now. So I brought some of her neck down, I think, and her chest. I did a little bit of work on her bra, and I did her arm. So I think I did all of her arm. Let me fold this. There she is. So yeah, all of her arm. I'm doing a skin 1/1 full cross on 28 count. So quite a bit of work, but she's looking amazing. So yeah, love her. So that is all my whips. So I'm quite pleased with what I got done in just over, just over a week. Now onto all the fun of the retreat. So the retreat I went to was the Ladybird retreat at Crewe, which is hosted and organised by Jo, the lovely Jo. She does an amazing job at organising the retreat and making sure all of us ladies I don't think there is any men. All of us attendees are happy for the weekend, and we'll go out of our way to make sure everyone is enjoying themselves. So thank you to Joe if you're watching. And we had a ball. We got up to all kinds of mischief and laughing, purchasing. So I'll show you what I got haul wise. I've got a couple of prizes from the raffle and a couple of planned new starts. So we'll kind of talk through it as we get to it. So the first thing I bought was a pre-order from Joe. So Joe, I think her company name is Handmade by Ladybird. In fact, this has a tag on it. Yes, Handmade by Ladybird, and she makes project bags, folders. If anything that you can think that might need something made, she makes it. Like, she literally makes everything. So all your stuff can look really pretty. So I pre-ordered this from Joe, and it is her desk tidy. Sorry, this is just a needle minder I've stuck on there. This is her desk tidy. This is the larger one. So I've already filled it up with all my bits and bobs, but it has these 4 corners to put in all your stuff. I've got a little needle tube that she gave me, so that's got all my needles in. And it's got an let me unclip it. It's got a little aught catcher which just snaps onto the side. How cute. So there's the snap, and it just pops in there on the side. And I told her what kind of fabric I wanted, and she sent me a couple of options, and I love it. So that is my desk tidy from Joe. So that was lovely. Let me just make sure there's nothing else in here. This was our gift from Joe when we all arrived. A corner gauge. Oh, it's acrylic, so I think this is 1 inch, 1.5 to 2.5, and then 3 inches, so we don't have to measure. So that's really, really cute. So that lives in there now. And one of the shops that were there was Talking Dog Stitchery, and she had loads of overdyed flosses. She had charts and a really sorry, these are all getting tangled. Yeah, really nice setup of everything. I could have spent a lot more there, but I just got what I had in mind and kind of left and kept myself out of trouble. So I bought some overdyed flosses for a chart that I already had in mind. So I bought these, and I've just picked these myself. These are not called for, and these threads are for a chart that has been released by Our Forest Embroidery. It's called End of Summer, I think, and I seen it and I loved it, and I've not bought the chart yet, but I will be buying it. And I had the perfect colour of fabric, so I thought I'll pick some threads that I think will go nicely. So here's the chart, and I had this piece of fabric in my stash. This is a Luella's fabrics, or hand-dyed fabrics. This is one of hers. This is a 40 count that I bought at the retreat last year, and then here's the colours that I chose. So it only calls for 4 colours, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours, just because the Our Forest threads are more variegated in the fact that the purple and this browny colour from Our Forest are all in the same thread. I'll just stitch it the way I'm going to stitch it. I can't really explain it. but I think that'll look lovely. For the peachy colour, I wanted a bit more variegation than what was already in this skein. So I just added a skein of another colour, and I'll just do alternate strands of those. But I think that is going to look lovely. So that'll be my next Our Forest embroidery, because I already did the pumpkin one. So the threads were purchased at the retreat, and this was already in my stash from last year. And Luella's hand-dyed fabrics was there. And if you know me, you know I love hand-dyed fabric. So before the retreat, I already ordered a piece for my restart of my deep blue pixie that I UFO'd a couple of months ago. So these are the goodies I came away with. Let's go through them. So this is the custom dye that I asked Sharon to dye for me. It is very similar to the fabric that I stitched iridescent on the first time, but this is a 28 count. So she did an amazing job getting that colour similar to the one that I had before. So really happy with that. So that is ready to restart whenever I'm ready. I got this piece of 28 count. Let's see what colour it is. It's a 28 count even weave, and it is in the colour Ivory. So it is really pretty bluish green. It's a bit more greener than you see and less grey. It's really difficult to show hand-dyed fabrics and get them accurate. That's quite accurate. So I just liked it, so I bought it. Story of my life. I do go a bit wild when there's hand-dyed fabrics. I get my elbows right out and into people's ribs. The next one is a 28 count even weave. I think they're all 28 count even weave. This one doesn't have a name, but it is just a really pretty sky blue. So that would be really nice for something. And then the next one is this beautiful pink fabric. This is also named. It is a 28 count even weave. No plans, but I seen this, I had to have it. That is just going to be, whatever goes on that is going to be stunning. So yes, love that. Last year at the retreat, the fabrics I bought were all neutral, and this year they're all bright. So maybe that's the way forward, to do alternate. And then the last piece of fabric already has plans. This is called Cyan Zest, and it is 28 count even weave. And look at that. Beautiful. It's a bit greener than what you see in. So the bits that are blue on the camera are green, and the bits that are green on the camera are more of like a yellow. Let's see. No. It is green, it's not blue. Paula, is this green or is it blue? Sorry, that is just a little joke that we had at the retreat. So, before I get distracted even more, this has plans. So Lucy, who was on our table, bought a colour similar to this pink. It was more shocking and more mottled, and she was saying, oh, I wonder what I can stitch on this. And I think her mum, who was also at the retreat, said, oh, it would look really nice with like a jungle green on it. So she decided to have a little look at what she could find, and she came across this. This is called Tropica, I think, and it is by Filipina. And I've seen this design plenty of times and it's never been on my radar. I mean, it's gorgeous, but didn't jump out that I needed it. Anyway, I was rooting through my fabrics that I'd bought, and I thought, it will look beautiful on this. So Lucy and I squirreled away onto our phones and went on to Arts and Designs. I'll link their website down below because they are amazing, and they do embellishment packs and charts and have all the fancy threads that you need. So we both squirreled away onto our phones to purchase said chart, and I went to buy mine, and my website kept like kicking me out of the cart. And then Lucy says, oh yeah, when I got mine, I think it only said there was only one left. So she bought the last one, so it is war. And I did manage to buy all the supplies apart from a couple of Cryonics, but I do need to make another order for some missing threads from another piece. So I'll get them when I place that order. But Arts and Designs are amazing. I added all the beads and I checked out, and the next day I had an email saying that they had refunded me the difference and kind of made the beads up into an embellishment pack. So it's a little bit cheaper to get the embellishment pack. And they refunded me the money obviously I was just going to buy the beads anyway. So yes, that is going to be a start. As soon as that package arrives, I will be starting it on this beautiful green, not blue, green fabric. So yeah, that was another moment that sticks out, as we had quite a few laughs over that, because I was not happy because at first I thought, oh my god, there is none left, what am I going to do? But I did manage to get it, so we're still friends for now. Anyway, I also have a couple of bits from the raffle. So each year there's a raffle, and there's a table full of goodies that you can choose from, and you go up in order of when you're called. I don't think everyone always gets called, but last year, what did I get last year? Oh, I got a bag of beautiful fabrics from Paula, that she donated to the raffle. And this year my ticket just didn't get called until like way late on. So my lovely friends on my table decided to use their ticket to pick me something, which was really kind. We'd already decided as a table what our top 3 things would be if we were to get chosen early on, and I got 2 of the things that I said that I would choose, so that was really so make me all warm and fuzzy. So one of my first choices, I think it was my first choice, was one of these. These are the wooden floss winders that you use to cut your threads into equal lengths. I don't have a use for this with my DMC, if you've seen my kitting up video, that I cut that in equal lengths without one of these, but this will be invaluable for silk threads and any like fancy floss that doesn't necessarily fold into those equal parts like DMC do. So I really wanted one of these, and I've got one. So thank you so much, Paula, for grabbing this for me. And the lovely Gay, who sat next to me this time and last time, she donated this to the raffle and picked it up for me because I was eyeing it up. And it is a little Sanctuary Spa gift set with, what are these? Body butter, both body butters. But I love Sanctuary Spa, so these will definitely come in handy. And it also came with this pattern for a table runner, which is quilted and also like embroidery, hand embroidery on top of it. That's so cute. And it's Christmassy. That's Santa and I think the sleigh. So that would look lovely in blues, I think. And I'm still yet to show you. I did use to quilt before I cross stitch, so I have a couple of finishes that I need to quilt finishes that I need to show you on another video. So yes, this is right up my street, so thank you very much. And I think that is everything. As I look around in the absolute bomb site that is my dining room. So yeah, a huge thank you to the lovely ladies on my table. So there was Denise, there was Lucy, Paula, Gay and myself, and we had such fun, all chin-wagging all weekend and enabling, and yeah, we had so much fun. I also met a lovely lady called Donna who has also enabled me. I don't think she knows she enabled me, but she was stitching on the rainbow, is it called? The band sampler from Northern Expressions Needleworks. I've been eyeing that up for quite a while, and she was stitching on it, and she was stitching on the table opposite me. Like I was facing her, but she was on the other table, and I could see the back of her work, and the back of her work enabled me enough that I need to now stitch it. So that's how easy it is to get me to stitch something. So yes, Donna, you enabled me with that. And another enabler was Emma from Emma's X Stitching. I will link her channel below. She has some really beautiful whips, and she was stitching on the Quick Stitch Blue Butterfly from Haid. I think it's the smallest Haid. It is 16,000 stitches, and it is so cute. Oh my god, and it's pink and blue. Oh my god. So I need that. She was stitching that, and it was in a nerge, and it all fit in a nerge. Like, oh. Yes. So I had a little chat with her, and it was lovely to meet her. And also there was Jo from Belushi Stitches, I think her channel name is. I'll link her below. She started the full coverage that is like the nights all lined up. I've seen it finished before. It is amazing. I think it's only got a small amount of colours, but she started that, so that was really nice to see. And there was yeah, everyone was just lovely, so everyone was so nice. So I'll link those two channels below. They've also maybe tempted me to join in on they're stitching the Hello from Liz Matthews Pumpkin Quaker, and I was watching Emma's video today and seeing it and decided I might need to start that. So we'll see. We will see. But yes, thank you to everyone at the retreat. Thank you to anyone I spoke to. Thank you to my lovely table mates. And yes, a big thank you to Jo for organising it. And I can't wait till next year. There is one in April, but I can only do one a year, so I'll wait until September and do it all again. So, oh God. Right. I think that is all I have to show you. I think that is all I have to say. If I have forgotten anybody, I apologise. I just got home yesterday. I've been in work and I've literally just thrown everything together, and I've got minimum notes. Look at my notes. Rubbish. So yes, I'm gonna go. Oh no, I'm not gonna go. If you're still here, I just want to quickly talk about my plans for filming and for my new stitchy plans. So my new film routine will be once a month. So at the minute I do 2 weekly videos. I'm going to be changing to once a month because I am finding it a bit much with our schedule as a family. And as you've seen from last week, I rushed through a video in like 15 minutes. I want to be able to share my stuff and have as much time as I want. And the way that I've come up with doing that is to do it once a month instead of try and squeeze little rushed videos in. So with that, my stitchy rotation is going to change a bit. I've not ironed it all out. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use this month that's upcoming to kind of figure out what flows best for me, and then I can update you with what my rotation plans will be once they are set in stone. So going forward, I will probably try and film at the end of each month and let you know all the things that I've been up to throughout the month. And that way, when I'm working on a project, I don't feel rushed to move on to the next one because I need enough to show you within a 2-week period. So with that is it, I think. I keep looking around. I can't see anything different. So yes, I'm going to leave it at that. So thank you to everyone who was at the retreat and made it such a lovely, lovely weekend. And thank you to everyone for watching my videos and commenting, liking and subscribing. And I shall see you at the end of October, hopefully. So yes, until next time, I hope you get lots of stitches in and I'll see you next time. Bye.